Light skins, mixed, Mexicans, or just any other race besides dark black people can't say the N-word. We should bring back the 1930s school punishments where they're like, bend over, Timmy, and smacking you with the paddle. I think an unpopular opinion is that people think that it's bad to date your stepbrother slash stepsister. I personally disagree with that. You don't think it's bad to date your stepbrother or stepsister. I asked you guys for your unpopular opinions or hot takes, and this is what you guys said. We got 304 responses right now. I'm really curious to see how wild or how far this is gonna go and to see what y'all are really thinking about things. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. My unpopular opinion is dinosaurs are still alive. That's an interesting opinion because, like, where would they be? The whole earth is populated. So, like, where? Unless you're saying like deep in the jungle. I mean, I'll let you have that because what if there's like smaller dinosaurs that are in undiscovered jungles? Maybe. Hot take, but I think telling people they're annoying should be normalized. Ooh, I don't know. Like, I don't really I don't like to criticize people per se. I'm too nice. But some people are honest. Some people will be like, bro, you're annoying. And you know what? I feel like you could subtly say it first, and if they're not getting the point, maybe you can do it. I don't know. I feel like there has to be context. Hot take, hear me out. Shrek is kinda, I know you're lying. I don't agree with this one. You're on your own with that one. Watermelon rind is pretty good. I heard that some people actually like cook watermelon rind. Now, eating it raw, I don't even know if that's possible. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You don't like sushi? Honestly, fair take, because I like sushi, but I'm also not really a big seafood fan. Like, I can get sick at the smell of sushi. Not sushi, but like seafood. I feel like that I can understand not liking sushi. It's not for everybody. It's an acquired taste. Bananas are low-key nasty. I actually agree with this one. I hate bananas. I don't like bananas. But I like banana bread. I like banana bread and I don't know, maybe like banana ice cream sometimes, but I don't like eating actual bananas. I actually despise them. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what? I like your hot take. Ooh, hot take. Some people get too defensive when religion is brought up in a conversation. That's it. See, I haven't really experienced that because I think like a lot of people I'm around, we kind of either we respect each other's religion or we're in the same religion. But I could definitely understand that in some spaces, people can get defensive. And I feel like that it's kind of unfortunate because if we have differing beliefs, I feel like we don't have to be argumentative about it or overly like criticizing each other, especially if we're friends. If we're friends and we get defensive, it's like, hey, why can't we just respect where we're at in religion? You know what I mean? Gojo is ugly? Oh, I know you're lying. You're telling me this fine, white-haired, blue-eyed anime character is ugly? My hot take is Corey Kenshin should not have gotten flamed for looking at some booty. Like, we all have done it. And you know what? You're right. I don't know why bro was getting canceled over that. Bro barely even glanced at it and was getting canceled. Like, what are we talking about? Like, people just like to make drama out of nothing. Chocolate is the worst thing ever to be created on this very earth. Okay, honestly, I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but I don't think it's the worst. Saying it's the worst thing ever is kind of crazy. I say this as someone who doesn't even like chocolate like that. I don't even like chocolate like that. I like white chocolate. I don't even like regular chocolate like that. That's a very strong opinion. One Piece is one of the best animes ever. Now, I can't say whether that's a hot take because I think everybody agrees with that. I don't even think that's a hot take. I've only watched like 1 or 2 seasons of One Piece, so I can't really speak on this, but I do hear that One Piece is one of the best animes ever. I don't really think that's a hot take then. I actually kind of like Mario Party 9 and 10, even though they're considered the worst games in their series. I enjoy every single Mario Party. I've never been like playing a Mario Party and been like, man, this Mario Party's trash. I prefer Mario Party 6. I just play every Mario Party that comes out. I just enjoy all of them. I think that our universe might be a simulation and there's a higher universe watching us like in TV. Okay, that's definitely an unpopular opinion because I don't know how many people actually like believe that, but I do think it's an interesting theory that other beings or whatever are like watching us like it's their favorite show. I don't know. My unpopular opinion is we shouldn't pay just to eat food because food is something everybody needs, and why should we pay for something that is basic human being needs? I understand what you're saying. The unfortunate thing is that forget the fact that we're in modern ages. Say we were back in like farmers' days, right? A farmer grows some food and gives it away. What does he get in return? So it would have been better if everybody was like it was like a trade system, I guess, where everybody was like giving food to each other and all that. I agree though. It's just unfortunate the society we live in that even if we just give food away for free, then someone is gonna get jacked still. Someone's gonna get screwed over still. I think one thing that's even crazier than paying for food is paying for water. I think in some places you will get fined for collecting rainwater that comes from the sky. I hate when a relationship is all lovey-dovey or head over heels to each other in public. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that in person, like people being ultra lovey-dovey. I can see it being annoying. Yeah, I can see it being annoying. Like, I feel like you can show affection in public. That's completely fine. But like, I don't know. I've never seen people like make out in public and stuff like that, but that would be really weird if they did. Or if they were just like in front of everybody saying, "Hi, baby. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, thank you, baby." Like stuff like that. If they were doing that right in front of me, maybe I would puke a little bit in my mouth. Like, do you have to do this in front of me? My unpopular opinion is just because a lot of people view something to be cringe or childish doesn't mean it's inherently bad. Like what you like and enjoy what you enjoy. And I agree with that, unless it's something really weird like a crime. My unpopular opinion is water isn't wet. I mean, isn't that scientific? Water is not wet. Water makes things wet. But then again, if you have a fire, would you say a fire is hot or a fire makes things hot? I would say a fire is hot. So doesn't that make water wet? I don't know. I like ketchup on broccoli because it's actually good, okay? Because we listen and we don't judge. No, we're judging. We're judging. Whoa! Okay, hi, first of all, I literally love watching you. Okay, anyways, warning. This will definitely offend people. I think Dandy's World is overrated and stupid. Everyone I know literally goes wild over it, but I think it's stupid. The idea and premise of the game is fine, but it's just so annoying. For some people, it's like the only game they want to play on Roblox, and it really annoys me because it's like there's so many other good games. Ooh, also Mineta from My Hero Academia is a good character. Fight me, I don't care. Whoa! Okay, I can understand not liking Dandy's World. It's a type of game where you do have to grind and it can be repetitive. It's that kind of game where like new things don't really happen. So I can understand what you mean. I think it's for people who like to grind and try to get better and better each time. There is gonna be some people mad at that, I ain't gonna lie. But your take about Mineta being a good character in My Hero is insane. Like, what are you talking about? Mineta is a weirdo creep. Bro literally has balls on his head. I feel like that's a worse take than the Dandy's World one. My unpopular opinion is that Korra is a great avatar. I don't understand why people misjudge her and treat her so bad. I agree with this so much. Recently, especially on X/Twitter, I noticed that people were talking about how Korra was just the worst avatar and this and that, and she was weak, and Aang is better, and Aang would defeat her, and things like that. Like, bro, stop it right there. Korra did the best with what she got in her time. She was a strong avatar. She mastered almost every single element except airbending until, like, you know, because she had to go and learn it. But she was a fire avatar. She was strong. She had great personality. I don't get why people hate her. And then this talk about how, oh, Aang would beat Korra in a battle. Bro, Aang, 10-year-old Aang, who took a year to learn everything, right? Korra, who's been trained from young to be the avatar. Who is winning in a battle? What are you talking about? Korra goes in the avatar state just for the fun of it. Taylor Swift is mid. I'm not really a big Taylor Swift fan. I actually don't really listen to her music. My sisters do, but I'm not really like into Taylor Swift like that. I'm not gonna disagree or agree with that because I'm gonna say, you know what? Everybody has their audience. Taylor Swift has an audience of people who like country love songs. The N-word pass is not real. Okay, first of all, you're right, because anybody who's not black should not have the N-word pass. Like, that should not exist. Cheese is horrendous. I don't get how you can dislike cheese. I don't really understand that. How do you dislike cheese? I mean, besides being lactose intolerant, but even lactose intolerant people still risk their whole stomachs and lives to eat cheese. Orange candy flavor is so good. Stop hating. Honestly, the worst candy flavor to me is grape candy flavors. It goes like, okay, it goes like this. Green apple flavors, those are like at the top. Green apple flavors. We got strawberry flavors, cherry flavors, some mango flavors. Then a little bit lower, we got like lemon, lime, orange, the citrusy stuff, okay? We have that down here. Then at the very, 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 very bottom, under my shoe, we have grape flavors. Grape flavor is the worst candy flavor. It should low-key be acceptable to not shower for weeks or even months at a time. Our ancestors didn't shower, so why should we have to? First of all, that's a whole dang lie. Our ancestors probably bathed in the river, okay? So they were bathing out there. They weren't just standing around or sitting around in the dust. You think they were sitting around in the dust out there? I'm sure they were cleansely ancestors. So they might not have had a shower, but they definitely were dipping themselves in the river. School was and still is a great experience overall. The subjects, homework, projects, and even group assignments were all just really fun and cool. The school experience is very subjective. And when I say that, I mean like, it just depends on where someone goes, who they know, who they're friends with. I feel like that sometimes it's really bad for some people and really good for others. So I feel like that take is like, it can vary because it just depends on the experience someone is given. And I think you can also make the best out of what you're given, but some people are just in really bad situations. So I don't know. People should not get special treatment because of a disability. Like people should not let them do whatever and everyone has to be fine with it because they got a disability. Are you talking about disability like physical disability or like mental disability? Are you saying like, and when you're saying do whatever, are you saying like something bad, like, I don't know, taking someone out or like cutting in line? I'm interested in this take because I've never heard this take before. This is definitely an interesting take. But I'll say this. If that special treatment is letting people get away with really bad things just because they have a disability, I agree with that. Like they should not get special treatment to get away with really bad things. But if it's just things like, I don't know, like moving forward in a line because they're disabled, or just say that they're not able to pay attention in class because they have some sort of, you know, mental disability and stuff like that, and so they get a little bit of leeway in school, that's a little different. I'm okay with that. But if it's like a really bad thing, then yeah, sure, I could agree with you. Don't get mad at me, but I feel like Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us song is very overrated and that I never hear any of his other songs anymore. Here's my opinion on that, because I've had these discussions with people I know too. Every artist has an era where they're just singing their most popular song all the time because everybody likes it. You know what I mean? Like they just take advantage of the moment. And then when the moment's over, it's over and they don't get their bag anymore. It's like how everybody got tired of hearing, because I'm happy, clap along if you feel. You know what I mean? Like that was everywhere. Pharrell was capitalizing on happy, so Kendrick Lamar's capitalizing on Not Like Us. My hot take is being single isn't that lonely or bad as everyone says. LOL. No offense to anyone who thinks otherwise. I just don't feel like I'm falling behind or something. Your mindset in a situation really dictates how you see it. You know what I mean? If you're really positive about being single, so like you embrace having time to yourself, you make good friendships, you spend a lot of time in self-care and taking care of yourself and everything like that, I feel like that it doesn't feel lonely or bad because you're not focused on I'm single. I feel like it happens more when you acknowledge something missing and you're like, I don't have a person next to me or anything. And then when you're acknowledging that on the daily, then it does feel lonely. So I think that's more subjective. I think it depends on people's mindset or how they approach being single. Sometimes it is that phone. I agree with that. Sometimes it is that phone. White and black washing shouldn't take place if the character already has a canon skin color. Ooh. So are you saying like in fan art, people shouldn't even make like fan art of a character and make them black in their fan art? Is that what you're saying? That's an interesting take. Ooh, that's an interesting take. I can't say I agree with you though, because I love seeing black edits of characters all the time. I don't know, like I understand what you mean, but at the same time, I'm against whitewashing. Like this is a hard one for me to reconcile with, because I actually like when people make black versions of characters. Light skins, mixed, Mexicans, or just any other race besides dark black people can't say the N-word. So wait, you're saying light skinned people can't say the N-word? They're too light, they don't pass the paper bag test? Yo, or mixed. If you're mixed, you can't say the N-word? That's what you're saying? Yo, Am I dark enough to say the N-word? Except dark black people. Like, how dark are we saying? Are we saying like this beautiful Senegalese model dark? She's the only one who could say the N-word? Maybe I'm too light. Maybe I'm too light to say the N-word. I'm gonna say it anyway. Nick, my hot take is that we can't be friends if my friend won't drop their friend who did me dirty. Ooh, what's y'all's opinion on that? If you have a friend, that friend has a friend that you're not friends with, but that person, that other friend did you dirty. Like say they talked behind your back. They don't like you. They made rumors about you or whatever, right? Or they stole your man or whatever, or girl, whatever, right? And your friend won't drop that friend. What do you guys think about that? Would you still be friends with your friend? It's an interesting take. I feel like it depends what that other person did, like how bad it is. But I would say it could be a yellow flag. It could be a little bit of a yellow flag. It's like, hey, who are you closer to? Depending on how bad it is. It used to be that you could be friends with your ex, but it's changed because my older sister is friends with 2 of her exes. Psst, didn't go well. So are you saying that you shouldn't be friends with your ex? I think that's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that your hot take is you shouldn't be friends with your ex. I also agree with you. I don't think you can be friends with an ex, or at least not close friends, you know? Because if you're gonna move on with someone else, but you're still like friends and talking to your ex, I would not like that. I would hate that. Like, I agree with you. If you're close friends with your ex and then you're dating someone else and you're still like keeping close contact with your ex, it's like, why are you doing that? But some people are different. Some people are like, hey, we're friends now. We're friends. We're not dating. We're not intimate anymore. We can be friends. And some people, okay, you can keep that. Cancel culture is hypocritical and perhaps sexist because it selectively enforces accountability based on popularity, timing, and public perception, rather than actual principles. Some people get canceled for minor mistakes, while others with worse offenses get a free pass because they're well-liked or useful to a certain group. Ooh, and it can also be sexist because men and women are often judged differently for similar actions. For example, male celebrities are more likely to be redeemed over time, despite serious allegations, which may be true, while female public figures often face harsher, longer-lasting backlash for smaller controversies. This is from my mod saying, okay, and you know what? I think you're right with this one. Cancel culture is definitely hypocritical a lot. Very hypocritical, and it never even lasts most of the time. It never even lasts most of the time. People be like, but they released a new song, or I nostalgia, or whatever. Cancel culture as a whole, you're right. I think especially it's based off of popularity. We should bring back the 1930s school punishments. You mean where they're smacking you with a paddle? Where they're like, bend over, Timmy, and smacking you with the paddle? Some people already gotta take that at home. Take it at school too? I think love among Gen Z is dead. Low key, this was a whole essay, but it's worth the read if you want to read it. Pause it if you want to read the whole thing. That's so deep and so real. Now, I don't want to say love among Gen Z is dead because like, I want to have hope for Gen Z. Like we gotta have some kind of hope for Gen Z, but I think a lot of people think they have more options than they really do and might leave good situations. But at the same time, I also just feel like in general, there's a lot of sucky people out there too these days. And I think the internet makes them sucky people. Not to shoot down anybody's hopes. It can definitely be hard to find that diamond in the rough sometimes. That was I felt like I read an essay. I pray for y'all. I pray for Gen Z and whoever's after Gen Z, Gen Alpha. People need to recognize that their parents aren't always gonna provide for them in the future. Ooh, are you saying that? Do you know some people who think their parents are gonna give them a free ride in life? You know some people? That's definitely true. And it's not even just that. Forget even just the providing for your part. Your parents aren't gonna make all your decisions for you. They're not gonna give you a better life per se. After a certain point, you have to make decisions for your life. You have to decide how your life is gonna go. You change the projection and the trajectory of your life. So make sure you're making good decisions, because at a certain point, your parents like, oh, you know what I mean? Beyonce is overrated. Ooh, that's an interesting one because everybody's like Queen Beyonce, but I can understand. And why I say that is that, again, like some people's music is not for everyone. Ooh, my hot take is I think that working from home decreases productivity. And don't get me wrong, many people can be productive indoors. It's just that I do like the flexibility. There's also too many distractions, like we can't focus. Just my opinion. I think you might be right about that. But the thing is, I feel like that some people weren't productive in office either. But I don't know. I've never worked in office or away from home. I've always worked from home. I've like, you know, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator, influencer. I've always worked from home. So I don't really know the difference between me working from home and not working from home. I'm always very productive all the time. I'm constantly working. Literally day in, day out. I'm constantly working. But I don't know how that works for other people. I don't know what that looks like for other people. I think you should grow some hair back. You don't think I'm trying? You don't think, what do you think I'm doing here? What do you think I'm doing here? No, but seriously, I actually love my short little afro, but I am growing it out. That's the point. That's actually why I cut off my sister locks. I cut off my sister locks so I can grow a big, huge afro. I like spiders. Also, tarantulas are cute. I never understand people who think spiders are cute. A bug can't be cute. It's not possible for a bug to be cute. I don't care what y'all say. A tarantula is not cute. It's not adorable. It's not, oh, hi, little, like, you know how I'd be like, I'll go to my dog and I'll be like, hi, Shug, oh, you're so cute, you're so adorable. I'm not doing that to a spider. Women shouldn't have guy best friends and guys shouldn't have girl best friends if they have a partner or is looking for one. I feel like calling someone your best friend in itself comes with an emotional attachment behind it. And if that person is of the opposite sex, there's a higher chance of those feelings turning romantic. P.S. I am a female and it's purely my opinion. And I agree with that. I feel like that guys and girls, they can be friends, but having one as your best and closest friend that's an opposite sex, like, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? I feel like that, I agree with you. There's a high chance the feelings turn romantic and there's already an emotional attachment with a best friend. So, and I feel like that your partner should be your best friend. They should be your best friend. If your partner, like say you got a boyfriend and your boyfriend has a girl best friend, bestie, like, I can't stand with that. So I like your take. Wuthering Waves is overrated and copied Genshin. Sorry, I just don't like WooWa, LOL. I've never played Wuthering Waves, so I don't know. For anybody who does play WooWa or Wuthering Waves, you guys let me know. Did it copy Genshin? Is it overrated? My hot take is if two people are adults, it's okay if they have a 10-year-old age gap. I halfway agree with you. And why I say halfway, I still feel like it's weird if an 18-year-old dates a 28-year-old. I still feel like that's weird. They're straight out of high school. That's weird to me. But if you're like 25, 35, fine. I feel like that's fine. You know what I mean? 30, 40, cool. 35, 45, whatever. My unpopular opinion is birthday cake isn't a real flavor. It just came out of nowhere. As title says, birthday cake isn't a real flavor. The term birthday cake is just a cake. Someone has to celebrate their birthday. It could be any flavor of cake, like just vanilla with sprinkles. Despite that, now you have cupcakes and cakes being labeled as birthday cake flavor. It's just freaking vanilla with sprinkles. Like bubblegum ice cream is just cotton candy ice cream with pieces of gum in it. Sorry to the community who likes those flavors. No! Are you saying, wait, are you for real? Is bubblegum ice cream really just cotton candy ice cream with pieces of gum in it? Because I like cotton candy ice cream and I like bubblegum ice cream. I didn't even think about it like that. I never even thought about birthday cake flavor as just vanilla with sprinkles. You just opened up my mind. You should definitely start vlogging and begin an OnlyFans channel too. When the child is tea, but the finna is gag. Sis, I'm dead as a child. Who do you think I am? I know you're lying. I think being vegan/vegetarian is unrealistic and bad for you. Ooh. I think it works for certain people. Everybody has something that works differently for them and their body. I think being vegan worked for me for a time, and then being vegetarian worked for me for a time, and now I just eat meat, bro. I think that just depends on what era of your life you're in. For people who need a detox, being vegan is great. For people who don't like the taste of meat like that, being vegetarian is great. It's not realistic to force everyone to be vegan or vegetarian. I know this is supposed to be anonymous, but it's me, Audra, and I am addicted to broccoli. Audra's one of my mods, y'all. Most people like broccoli. I don't think that there's a big hate against broccoli. At least I don't think so. Dainsleif is such an annoying character. He's so convinced that he's completely right about everything, even though he also acknowledges he's struggling with severe memory loss. Like the unearned confidence of this man, and the way the fandom eats up everything he says and treats it as gospel as though he doesn't have a bias or an agenda of his own, infuriating. I love Genshin tea and Genshin hot takes because like I'm still new to the Genshin fandom, and hearing these things, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that the fandom does eat up everything he says. I didn't even know that. I think an unpopular opinion is that people think that it's bad to date your stepbrother slash stepsister. I personally disagree with that, but I personally won't be in a relationship with the step sibling myself. You're saying you think it's not that bad to date a stepbrother or stepsister? You don't think it's bad to date your stepbrother or stepsister? Alright guys, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you guys so much for submitting your unpopular opinions and hot takes. Let me know, guys, which one you thought was the hottest take or the craziest opinion, and whether you agree with those opinions or hot takes, okay? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the squad, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!